Hi guys, bonjour tout le monde. Donc hier, quelqu'un m'a demandé de faire le vidéo plus comme ça. Et oui, je peux le faire, sauf souvent quand moi je vous montre les produits, c'est plus dur pour moi quand c'est comme ça. Donc on va voir, ok? Maintenant, on va faire le tirage qu'on a parlé hier. Je vais attendre quelques minutes pour le monde de venir. Aussi, je vais vous dire que aujourd'hui, on ouvre l'inscription de Makermania 4 seulement pour ceux qui ont participé dans la première. OK? Donc, c'est VIP, inscription. Donc, c'est seulement ceux qui étaient inscrits pour le Makermania 3 qui ont le droit d'inscrire aujourd'hui. Vous autres, il faut attendre jusqu'à le 30 juin. So anybody who did not participate in Makermania 3 cannot sign up yet for Makermania 4. So the registration for Makermania 4 to the public will open June 30th. But for those of you who participated already, you have from today until June 23rd, donc d'aujourd'hui jusqu'à la 23 juin, pour avoir ton inscription VIP. OK? So, et ceux qui n'ont pas participé, prends le temps, si vous connaissez quelqu'un qui a suivi celle de cette semaine, vous pouvez demander s'ils l'ont bien aimé et s'ils l'ont trouvé à une bonne valeur, puis tout ça. So, you can sign up. Once you sign up, you have access to that private page for always, okay? The weekend would be September 24th, 25th, 26th. Donc, la fin de semaine, c'est le 24, 25, 26 septembre. Mais n'oublie pas que vous avez accès à cette page infiniment. Donc, c'est correct si tu as quelque chose déjà une de ces 3 journées. Mais si même tu demandes ici, oui, tout le monde a vraiment aimé ça. Donc, yeah, probably after the live, give us time just to get that set up. Poor Allison won't be able to handle the phone if you're all calling now. Oui, on va mettre l'inscription sur le site. So we will put in the registration on the site. La seule problème, c'est à ce temps-là, la monde vont essayer de s'inscrire. Puis ça, il faut mettre ton code. So if you remember your access code from Makermania 3, maybe you could put that in the comments so that we know you were in Makermania 3. But don't worry, we have your names down too. All right, so let's do the draw, or let's do the spin. Okay, so this is right now for a $20 gift card at Scrapbook Central for everybody who signed up for the, sorry, not everybody who signed up, pour tout le monde qui a participé dans les défis sur la page Creations de Scrapbook Central, okay? Oh, thanks, Leah. Bonjour, Dominique. All right, guys. Good luck to everybody who participated. So our winner this month, oh, so close. Martine Dubé. Donc, Martine Dubé, tu es la gagnante à un certificat de $20 ici à Scrapbook Central. So, félicitations. Well done, Martine. You just won a $20 gift certificate at Scrapbook Central. I know it might take you a year or so to get to it, but that's okay. It's fine. LOL. OK. Puis, pour ce mois-ci, on va faire une bonnie. Ceux-là, c'est pour toute notre équipe de création Scrapbook parce qu'ils travaillent fort pour être là pour vous autres. Donc, je veux faire un boni tirage pour eux autres, aussi pour un certificat de $20 en magasin. OK? So let's spin and wish them luck. Oh my goodness, what a pretty color. And our winner, look who won. Mr. Fred, you are our selected winner for this month. So we'll get those codes to you, or if you want to just spend it in store, you can let us know. Donc, félicitations à Martine et à Fred, puis merci Fred et toute l'équipe pour ce que tu fais pour nous. All right. We are heading back to the back because today we're not going to look at new product. We're going to play a little bit. I just want to make sure I have my things. Jay, you can throw them back in the basket if they're in your way. Okay, I've got this. Let me look for my brayer. Okay, sorry guys, I know my hand was blocking the camera. I see where my two brayers are. So we need brayers, we need paint, and watercolor paper. Okay, brayers, paint, and watercolor paper. So I'm sure there'll be something I'm missing. So let's put you guys up here without turning the camera so it doesn't try to turn. Voila. And then, oh, right. We're going to take that out, and I'm going to flip you over so that, and then I'm going to get my iPad for comments. Hello, Erin. All right, I'm going to do it this way so things aren't backwards for you guys, and then I will flip the camera, I promise. Okay? So you're not looking at the ceiling. You see my paper? Good. Then we've got my brayer. I didn't really bring a paint palette, so I'm going to use my craft sheet. I brought some paints, some paper artsy paints. I have a little bit of Diane's as well. Allison, I forgot something. What did I forget? My iPad. Right. Okay. All right, guys. Right now, I don't see your comments, so I apologize. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on travail aujourd'hui sur un 12-12. C'est aquarelle. Je vais travailler avec les peintures, avec peut-être des sprays. J'ai pas pris la décision encore. Je fais un papier de riz. J'ai pris celle de Scrap Effects. And as you know, I like to use Dina's Gel Medium for gluing down all my rice papers. So here goes. Okay, so I'm not sure if anybody's asking any questions about the Maker Mania registration. It really was a lot of fun. I got to craft along with some fantastic women, and I don't know if there were any gentlemen that crafted this weekend. Could you get my iPad, please? And so first of all, remember I said that when I like to play with rice paper, quand moi je joue avec les papiers du riz, premièrement, j'aime la colle de Gel Medium de Dina Wakley. C'est pas ça, ni ça. Voilà. Okay, Gel Medium from Dina Wakley. I'm going to use either a sponge or a paintbrush, and I will wash it after, I promise. So I'm going to grab myself, well, here's one that I didn't wash. It's a goner. There's another one I didn't wash, but this one might work. Okay. So, voila. Here's, I think it's supple enough. And the way I like to use rice paper is I like to tear it. J'aime déchirer mon papier de riz. Donc, je mets de l'eau. Forgot about that. Hang on, guys. We got to put a weight on my camera. Oh, and I found another brayer while doing that. Okay. So we're putting what we can on here. And now we're going to try and put the iPad. Okay, back to this. Okay. All right. So, maintenant, j'ai mon papier de riz. J'espère que vous voyez au complet le papier. Et un peu d'eau. Je vais mettre a little bit of water here, un peu d'eau à côté, pour que je peux prendre un pinceau plus petit pour tracer les places que je veux faire mon... You know what? I'm not going to do that. Good. You can't hear me?
Where's your mic?
All right, guys, I'm going to try with the mic, but it shouldn't be that way, so attends une minute et je vais voir si peut-être j'ai pesé sur quelque chose. On va mettre le microphone, puis tu vas me dire si c'est mieux. C'est-tu mieux? Is that sounding any better, guys? I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see. All right. So I put some water here. Really, this is kind of, it's okay. So it's still not loud? That's so weird. All right. Je prends un peu d'eau, mais à ce temps-là, comme j'ai pas... Comme j'ai pas une image en particulier que je veux isoler, je peux déchirer juste n'importe où. En mettant l'eau, on voit plus les fibres de le... You're right. I'm hearing me on my camera too, and it sounds very quiet. Okay. So, as usual, I never cleaned this brush, so it's all pink. All right, guys. It was a fun weekend, but it was a long one. Very, very busy. So how many of you are waiting to sign up for Maker Mania 4? Okay, voila. So again, I'm going to take a little bit of water and I'm just going to put where I want to tear my page. OK? Mais comme il n'y a pas une image que je veux isoler, je peux déchirer n'importe de où. Donc, je vais juste faire par hasard des lignes. OK? So, I'm just breaking it apart, kind of, softening it up a little. Okay, so we have our two winners today. Already exciting news. Fred and Martine. Okay. All right, let's go. I wonder why you're not hearing me. What's going on differently today? Okay, so I've torn up a bunch of pieces. Et je vais les déchirer plus. Et je vais les coller à mon papier aquarelle. Okay? So again, I'm just going to pull. J'aime faire ça juste parce que j'aime voir les fibres de le papier et on voit ça beaucoup plus quand on mouille le papier. Okay? So I'm going to glue pieces on et je vais coller par hasard. Donc, j'ai pas une place spécifiée pour mes papiers de riz. Okay? So I'm going to put out a little bit of glue, mon gel medium de Dina Wakley, que j'aime beaucoup, beaucoup pour les papiers tissus. Donc, j'ai mis un peu sur mon tapis et je vais en prendre et je mets n'importe où. Et ça ne me dérange pas, comme tu sais, qu'il y a de rose sur mon page. OK? Now, this isn't really going to matter because at the end, what I haven't told you guys that I know, I will be cutting this whole page up, okay? Donc, ce que je fais au moment, c'est une façon de faire les cartes ATC, okay? So I don't like this blob of white, so I'm going to take it off. Maintenant, je vais mettre un autre morceau. Donc, sur là, je vais déchirer le bas. Okay. And you can hear that I didn't wet it. Mais c'est correct parce que je vais juste utiliser une portion. OK. Et tu vois que je mets la colle en dessous et par-dessus mon papier de riz. Okay? And don't worry about the pink that's there. I'm not worried about it, so you guys really don't have to. I'm really just gluing down some of this random paper. Okay? All right. So, voilà. Voilà, voilà, voilà. Okay. Sorry, guys. J'avais un morceau de cheveux dans ma bouche. All right. So let's take another one here. I need more gel medium. I love this gel medium. Really, really, really. I find it so easy to work with. And it dries clear and it dries matte and it's just perfect. All right. So, we'll take un peu plus. Je vais le mettre un morceau ici, vers le bas. OK. Donc, tu vois que je ne mets pas la colle sur mon papier. Vous pouvez, mais ce n'est pas nécessaire. Moi, je mets la colle sur la grosse feuille et après par-dessus. And I wish I had my tub of glue. Ah, je le vois. Oh, I can't get it or I'm going to pull my mic. Can you just grab me the glue here from Dina Wakely that says gel medium? Yeah, thank you. All right, guys. Now we're talking. Now I've got my gel medium. I don't have to ration. Voila. Okay. I think I want to put a little bit more because I don't have this design. Je vais mettre un petit peu plus. Je vais mettre ça au centre. OK. So, comme j'ai dit, il n'y a pas une plane ici. C'est vraiment juste de coller les morceaux avec les images que j'aime. Et c'est tout. Okay. So, we're going to start some on this side. Je vais mettre là. Actually, I'm going to do it that way. Voilà. Et je vais déchirer un petit peu là. Et je vais le mettre là. Parfait. Et après ça, on est fini avec le papier du riz. Si vous voulez savoir c'est quel papier de riz, je vais vous dire dans 2 secondes. Parce que je viens d'ouvrir le paquet. Donc, je connais le nom pour le moment. Tantôt, je connais rien. Okay, so, where did I put it? I know I took the top piece off. Now, je ne sais pas si tu vois que mon carton, au moment, il courbe un petit peu. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of water on the back. And then it should go flatter. OK? L'autre chose qui est fun de mettre sur les pages, c'est des pages jaunies comme ça. Très, ça vous donne un look vieilli. So this would give you a real, you know, I don't want to say an old look, but a distressed look. So I could put some of this on, just a little bit. Again, you would just tear pieces randomly. OK? On n'a pas besoin de tout être propre avec nos pages. So I'm just going to put a couple of pieces of this down. And I will find you the name of that rice paper as soon as I remember where I tore the name off. Mais sinon, je peux le mettre dans les commentaires après. Oops. The only thing is, here I have some sideway text. That's not a big deal. But sometimes you might want to make sure when you're gluing in your book paper that your text is going the right way. I don't mind sideways, but upside down seems to be a bit more disappointing. Or c'est comme it looks at us and says, you know, I'm upside down. Why'd you put me like this? Donc, je vais faire un petit peu plus. OK. Je touche à l'autre. And like I said, après qu'on mette notre peinture puis tout ça, on va voir un petit peu les choses qu'on met, mais pas tant que ça. So don't get discouraged if you're not seeing all your paper at the end. Because in your heart of hearts, you'll know it's there. Okay? So voilà. Une autre portion, petit. Comme j'ai dit, il n'y a pas une raison que je mette les morceaux où je le mette. So I don't have a plan for these. I have nothing because I don't know what it's going to look like at the end. Okay? I hope I have my heat tools here. I don't think so. All right. So I'm going to let this dry for a minute or so. I don't have a heat tool handy. So j'ai pas mis trop de colle, donc c'est supposé de, it should dry pretty quickly. And what I'm going to do is I am going to use some Paper Artsy paint with a brayer. Okay? Moi, j'aime beaucoup les peintures de Paper Artsy. J'ai choisi des couleurs cerise, tango, banane, bubblegum, et Smurf. Okay? I love these colors. Some of them are translucent, some are opaque. Okay? Donc, c'est pour cette raison qu'on va voir certaines de nos papiers, mais pas tous. Okay? So, when a paint is semi-opaque or opaque, you might not see what's underneath. So, what you can do, qu'est-ce que vous pouvez faire, c'est ajouter un petit peu d'eau à votre peinture qui est opaque si vous voulez vraiment voir ce qui est en dessous. All right, this is getting dry-ish. I'm going to see if I can plug in my heat tool. Donne-moi 2 secondes, guys. Je vais juste mettre ça sans tirer mon microphone. OK. Voilà. Voilà. OK. So, j'ai mon heat tool, pistolet chauffant. All right. Si on ne finit pas ça aujourd'hui, on va essayer de le finir vendredi. OK? So, can you guys hear me? Well? Good. So I asked you guys a question, but I didn't see your answers. Oh, Antonia, Tanya, you guys all waiting to sign up for Maker Mania 4? Donc, vous avez le temps de penser à ça. Vous avez inscription exclusive pour 2 semaines. Okay? Perfect. Okay, so I am going to start with, I don't want to start with the most opaque color. Donc, je pense que je vais commencer avec cerise. Ceux-là, c'est semi-opaque. So I'm just not going to put on a thick amount. Whoa. Okay. So I'm also going to need a scrap paper for cleaning off my brayer, which of course I didn't think to bring, but I will find one. Okay. So I am going to use the bigger one and see if I like it. Okay. Donc ça c'est juste, I think this one is Speedball brayer. Et ce que j'aime de la peinture Paper Artsy est que ça sèche vite. So I'm just going to do it in a couple of places, my color. And the good thing is, because it dries so quickly, by the time I get to the next color, my paint will pretty much be dry. So they won't mix too much, they won't anything. So as you see, we're going to be able to see the pieces underneath. All right, so we've rolled that on. Now I'm going to take some orange. So, I mean, if you do want to call in and get your registration done, I'm sure you can. Jay, is it up as a product yet? Mm-hmm. So yes, you can. Is it also online? No. Il n'est pas en ligne au moment. Donc, pour le moment, il faut appeler pour faire ton inscription. So, look at that nice orange. Okay. So, oh, I think I need a little bit more up here. Donc, oublie pas, ça, j'ai l'intention à tout couper. Okay, so remember, I plan to cut this up. All right, so now I've done my pink, I've done my orange. I'm going to wipe that up, believe it or not. Incroyable, mais je vais les essuyer un petit peu. Parce que j'ai pas un papier ici pour nettoyer mon brayer. Je vais le faire tout de suite sur mon wipe. Mais presque tout est déjà sorti et est sur le papier. After that, I think I want the light pink. On va le mettre gum balloon. We're going to put bubble gum. Okay. All right. Oh, look at that beautiful color, guys. You guys can't see that, right? Instead, you see my whole mess. Let me bring this over and see if we can make this work a bit better, that you can at least see the paint that I'm putting out. Okay. There we go. And if I move this a bit, let's see if that'll help. Oh, there we go. I just had to move that. Okay, guys, give it a minute and you'll be able to see better. Okay? Tu vas le voir mon peinture. Oh, not sure if that's better or not. All right. Donc voilà. Je mets mon peinture. Donc ça c'est mon rose gum balloon. All right. Now everything's quite uniform here, so we're going to go in now with some Smurf. Okay, because right now all those colors are blending. We need something to change a little. Okay, changer le look un petit peu. Okay, voilà. So now I'm going to roll a bit over here. Donc tu vois comme je sais que mes pages sont dessus. Il faut pas le voir au complet. Okay, so voila, we've got all sorts of wonderful things here. Look at these beautiful colors. So they're really coming together, and now I'm going to add a tiny bit of slimed because I love slimed, and then we're going to go with our pop of yellow. On va faire notre jaune après. So voilà un peu de slimed. Et voilà, tu vois qu'on mélange les couleurs chaudes et froides. So we're mixing hot and cold colors, or warm and cold colors. just because we're putting on so little, I don't have to worry about it making brown. Okay? I'll put a little over the middle, and I'm not going to do a ton of the slimed. There. I'm good with that. And I'm going to put that book paper there, and I'm going to rub off some of this. Okay. So now my book paper is collageable. Et voilà. Je mets un peu de la jaune. Et tu vois que je sèche pas entre chaque couche parce que les peintures sont presque secs. Because I'm putting on such a little bit, the paint is pretty much dry. So have you guys noticed, I don't know if you guys watch television a lot, est-ce que vous regardez la télé beaucoup, mais c'est la fin de saison pour presque toutes les shows. So, means now it's time, et je sais que j'ai dit j'aime pas les reality shows, mais nous autres on regarde celle de Gordon Ramsay, okay? So we tend to watch Hell's Kitchen, AGT. Those are the only reality, like the talent shows. We're not into Bachelor or anything like that. All right, guys, I still want more yellow. So isn't this yummy? I mean, I've done nothing. Il n'y a rien de spécial que j'ai fait, mais on aime la look, on voit toutes nos couleurs, puis on voit nos papiers qui sont en dessous. Okay, so I want more yellow over here. I want a little bit more yellow over here. And then my last bit is going smack in the middle. Okay, so you see that? Now that has to dry. Donc je vais laisser ça sécher. Let's wipe off my glue brush. I'm wiping off the glue. You know what? I can't see your comments because for some reason I'm scrolled all the way up. So I'm going to take a peek. Okay. So yeah. So if anybody has any questions about this past weekend, maintenant c'est le temps de me demander parce que c'est pas fun de regarder la peinture qui sèche. So it's not fun to watch paint dry. So if you have any questions about Maker Mania or the next Maker Mania, donc si vous avez des amis qui ont dit « Oh, I wish I signed up », vous pouvez les dire que le 30 juin, c'est la journée pour eux. OK? Donc on va complètement ouvrir l'inscription le 30 juin. So if you have anybody who's been like saying, oh, I should have signed up for that, they can't sign up now when you can, but the 30th of June, everybody can. Yes, you're right. Thanks, Nancy. Murphy's Oil does work wonders. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Okay, Suzanne, that's what I wanted to explain to you this morning, and we got sidetracked talking. So Maker Mania, it's an event, okay? It's an event where anywhere between, we've had as little as 16 stores participate, and we've had as many as 21, 22 stores participate. And it is a whole weekend where every hour on the hour, we started at noon, you got another store come on and do techniques and projects with the same kit that we all started out with. So the Maker Mania, it had a lot of, there was art journaling, there was a little bit of art journaling, there was a lot of card making, there were a couple of scrapbook page made, but what was more interesting than that was all the tips and techniques you got. So it's all virtual, it's all live, you have access to it forever. It is just really, really a fantastic event. People, I think those of you who took it really enjoyed it. And like I said, even if you won't, merci France, even if you won't be doing some of those projects, let's say none of them interested you to do, the tips and the techniques that we got were incredible. Okay, so some of those tips and techniques are for you to take away and do with on your, like anything that was done with the foil could be done on your scrapbook pages, could be done on your art journal pages. And I think at the end we had somewhere like 60 different instructions available to everybody who participated. Donc, on va avoir similaire la prochaine fois. Il va y avoir certaines boutiques qui peut-être retournent pas. Il va y avoir des nouveaux boutiques. So, you get access to all those instructions to pick and choose from. You get to see about some new and, I guess, funky ideas, parce que c'est tous les propriétaires qui ont des idées différentes de quoi faire avec les produits. So I think that if you asked anybody here who did participate, most of them would tell you they would definitely go back. I say most of them because if you were really just mixed media, maybe that wasn't for you. I found I learned a lot, even though I love mixed media more. So I definitely found I learned a lot, but I would understand if some people thought they weren't. Yeah, and for newbies, if you hadn't signed up yet, oui, je participe à la 4. On va ouvrir l'inscription, Isabelle, tout de suite après la vidéo. Donc oui, si vous êtes intéressé, mais t'es nouveau, je vous garantis, il va y avoir la place pour vous autres. There will definitely be place for you. So don't worry because you get registration at the end of June. I'm sure we'll have some straggler spots. So don't worry about it. But you always get VIP registration just as a thank you for having signed up for the first one. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of black stencil. You know what? Before I do the black, I don't want to do the black first. I'm going to stencil with some paints. Okay? Donc, je vais utiliser les mêmes couleurs de peinture. J'utilise le pochoir de Seth. Je pense que ça c'est numéro 2. I think it's called number 2, this one. So, you know what, Erin? I find that all of you guys who watch here and share are generous and kind, so it doesn't surprise me when I see a comment like, oh, you're so generous, because you guys really are generous with your time, generous with your comments. So I really appreciate that. J'apprécie tellement que vous sont toutes généreuses avec votre temps, avec vos idées, avec l'information. C'est ça qui nous fait une communauté. All right. So this here is made for ATC cards, okay? So each designer pour Stencil Girl, ils ont toutes fait des petits pour faire les cartes ATC. Est-ce qu'il faut l'utiliser pour les ATC? Non. Ce que j'aime et qu'est-ce que je vais faire en premier, c'est que je vais ajouter les mêmes couleurs de peinture par-dessus de mon image, mes teintes sur teintes. So I'm going to use paint first, okay? And I don't think I brought out enough sponges. Hang on. I see some more. Voila. So I'm going to use some sponges just because it's easy. So here goes. I'm going to put out, let's do a little bit of the cerise. Oublie pas, ceux-là, c'est un semi-opaque. Donc, si on met beaucoup, ça va être moins transparent. So if we put too much, it's going to be less transparent, okay? So now I'm not using my brayer. I'm going to use a sponge. J'utilise une éponge. And I'm going to go on here. And again, I'm trying to pick up very little that my sponge is kind of dry. And I'm just going to stencil some of this on here. Okay? And notice I haven't done the whole piece. I'm just kind of moving my sponge around to use parts of it. Okay? So you see, just a little bit. J'ai pas besoin beaucoup. Do you guys hear Mr. Click Click? I bet you do. You guys like keep your ears peeled for that. Monsieur Click Click. Il travaille fort pour vous autres. We keep getting more and more boxes. And so he is working hard for you guys. So you see, I'm just using certain areas. I kind of like the 1, 2, 3, so I think I'm going to stencil that now. Je pense que je vais le faire le 1, 2, 3 avec les petits boules. Okay, so, and we need something pink in the middle. Je vais juste mettre un dessin. It's going to be floating, but it won't float for long. Okay, because we're going to add more colors. Maintenant, qu'est-ce que je vais faire avec la rose qui reste? I'm going to put it on another book sheet. Voilà, parfait. All right, I am going to put a little bit, I guess we need some blue. I'm going to stencil some blue. We need a little bit of pop from our blue. Mais tu vas voir, aussitôt que j'ajoute le noir à la fin, tu vas vraiment voir la différence, okay? But I'm trying to remember that I'm not going to use this as a full page. J'essaie de me souvenir que je planifie pas une page au complet. On va tout découper. So yes, I'm using just basic sponges, okay? And we're just going to put, you see, that really adds a little something. I'm going to put the word be, okay, avec un peu de le dessin, mais aussi le mot. Je vais le mettre ça vers le centre. So remember, this won't stay the center, but for now, it's the center. Okay. Whoops, I didn't finish the B. J'ai pas complètement fait le B, donc je vais juste. So, any other questions? All right, so we definitely need some more of this blue. It's really livening things up. So I'm going to do some circles because you know I love circles. And what's nice is I have so many patterns in this one stencil. Donc, vous pouvez voir, on a une sélection, une grosse sélection de pochoirs ATC de Stencil Girl. And each one has 9 different pieces on it. So you get a real good variety. Donc, une grosse variété pour mettre sur ton page. Il ne faut pas sortir 3, 4, 5 pochoirs parce que j'ai 9 dessins ici déjà. Okay? So I have the blue in 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put a little bit up here, un petit peu en haut, et juste un touche en bas. Juste parce que quand je découpe cette page, je veux être certaine que toutes les couleurs vont arriver sur chaque morceau. Okay? So this is, like I said, one way to do ATC cards. It's not the only way. Okay? It's just one way. Clic, clic, clic. C'est comme la musique en arrière. Il ne faut pas avoir la musique, on a le clic, clic. All right. So now we've done some pink, we've done some blue, and I think we're going to take a touch of yellow. Where did I just put my water sprayer? I know it's right in front of me. Voilà. Donc, je mets un peu d'eau là et je vais aller ramasser mon peinture. OK. Voilà. OK. Maintenant, je mets un peu de jaune. Je ne sais pas si ces éponges sont lavables, mais tu peux toujours les couper en deux pour utiliser avec deux couleurs, ou tu juste tournes à l'autre côté, puis tu fais un peu d'autre. All right, so let's get some yellow happening here. I'm going to put a little bit, that's too much. I'm going to put a little bit over here. Donc, le jaune est complètement translucide, OK, ou translucent. So you're going to be able to see completely through it. Donc, c'est juste une touche de couleur de jaune, mais tu peux le voir complètement qu'est-ce qui est en dessous. So you really can see what's underneath. But it's just, again, to bring some color to different parts of the page. OK? Et je pense que je vais tourner mes carrés. And I'm going to use this. Je mets un petit peu aussi ici. Okay. So that's using a stencil, that's using rice paper, that's using our paint. Okay? So again, it's still a background. Okay? It's still a background. It's nothing more than that. It's just fun. And I am actually going to add a little bit more cerise. OK. Je vais ajouter un petit peu plus de cerise parce que je le manque en haut. OK. So this is how my hands get dirty because I don't cut the sponge. I just hold it wet. OK. Donc voilà. Est-ce qu'il y a encore beaucoup de chaleur aujourd'hui, tout le monde? OK. So, yes. Yes, I just needed a little bit more cerise. Yes, now we're talking, and I want a little bit more down here. Ta-da! All right, so I think we're good with the paint now, and of course I will clean that after. Not. You didn't hear that, okay? Maintenant, je veux ajouter des touches de noir et des touches de blanc. So, I forgot to grab the Paper Artsy black paint, so I looked on my table here, and I have Diane's black shimmer paint. Donc, I think it's going to be fun to use that. Look how I'm making orange on my scrap paper here. Okay. Let's pick up a little bit more. Voila. See, and these are scraps to use after. Je vais utiliser ces scraps tantôt. And now I'll just wipe up the rest. And we're going to get Diane's black shimmer paint. Oh, well, I guess it's pretty hot if you were in the pool all afternoon. All right, look at me, guys. I'm cleaning my stencil a bit. No, it's dry. All right, I think now, ce que je veux vous montrer, si je les trouve, c'est des façons d'ajouter les formes sans utiliser un stencil. Okay? So there are different ways. We will stencil again, but I want to show you a few different ways that I add my black without the stenciling. So, il faut braser les shimmer paints pour mélanger le shimmer dans la peinture. Okay? For this one, I'm going to use Tim's tool when we get to stenciling. But first, I am looking for, I pulled out a bunch of circles. Oh, I know where I put them. Okay. So when you have things around your house, before throwing them out, think to yourself, can I use that in my art? Okay? Il faut penser à ça. Est-ce que je peux utiliser ça dans mes arts and crafts? Et normalement, la réponse est pourquoi pas? Normally, your answer to yourself should be, why not? So, I'm going to spread out this black shimmer paint. Now, keep in mind, some of the shimmer paints are a little bit thinner. So, I am going to make myself some black circles. Okay, and again, I like to do things in threes. So, ça c'est une autre façon de l'ajouter du noir avec quelque chose que tu l'as déjà chez toi. So I'm sure you can find things that will make circles, different size circles. So now that I've made those, I could go and I could stamp this inside the circles. Je peux faire un peu au centre. Normally, guys, I don't like to go for the middle and leave things floating, but already it's touching many other things. Excuse-moi. So because it's touching many other things, I'm not worried about putting the black in the middle, okay? So now I know what Diane says is try not to do a diagonal. Try and do up and down or side to side. C'est meilleur pour the look, you know? So, like I said, moi je sais que je vais découper ça. Donc, j'ai besoin de mettre plus de noir. So, even though I know I'm going to be cutting this, I need more black because otherwise some of my pieces won't have black on it. Donc, ça, c'est une façon de le faire. OK? Certainement, vous pouvez étamper, so you could also stamp. The other thing that's fun to do is if you have an old credit card or room key, I'm going to do it, I guess I'll have to do it with my palette knife because I don't have a credit card or a room key here. So I'm going to use a palette knife because I don't even have my scraper. Let me see. Do I have a scraper? I don't think so. OK, moi je vais utiliser le côté de mon couteau palette, mais normalement, moi j'aime plus utiliser quelque chose rigide comme une carte de crédit ou quelque chose comme ça. Et je peux faire 1, 2, 3 comme ça. Je peux aller faire 1, 2, 3 comme ça. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that, so I'm going to move it up a bit that you can see where I just did the lines in the corner. How about I just turn it? Je vais tourner comme ça, tu peux le voir où j'ai mis les lignes déjà parce que je vais en mettre plus. So you see, I'm just tracing lines on here. Et sont pas toutes égales. All right, and now I'm going to put a line here. I'm going to put a line there. And I think I'm going to do a line down here. And a line there. All right, guys. So you see how it's starting to form. And you see, we see our rice paper, but it's really in the back. Okay. So I'm going to turn it again so you guys can see. It's hard because I don't have a full 12 by 12 surface here to show you. All right. So I've done that pretty much all the way around the page where I want to do it. I'm going to put one in the center here. Okay, voila, and just a little bit across because my paint's drying. Okay. So, what do you guys think? Is it starting to come together? Yeah, old gift cards are perfect for that, Nancy, except Scrapbook Central gift cards because we recycle those. All right. The other thing, you could always go on the edges if you really wanted to. Tu peux le mettre sur les contours, un peu de noir. Okay, so if you have some paint left and you just want to go around the edges, not a problem. But you see how it's still remaining a background. Okay, so I'm just kind of going around, adding a little bit more black. See? So sometimes I make it touch on the top. Et tu vois que ça sort beaucoup plus maintenant. Okay? So up to now, everybody's good. Anybody have any questions? I agree with you, Nancy. Oh, I guess we have the same style. I would love to have a shirt that looked like this. But I'm not a clothes designer, so it's not for me. Okay, so now we've put black. I do want to put a little bit of black with a stencil, mais ce fois-ci, au lieu de utiliser les gros formes sur celle de Seth, je veux utiliser un peu plus petit, le format de la pochoire. Donc, je vais essayer de trouver une dans mon tiroir de pochoir qui a un motif beaucoup plus petit. So, I really want a random. I'm going to take Dina's Diamond in the Rough. All right, and I'm going to use that. And again, where's Diane's paint? I'll still keep using this paint. OK. Je vais encore utiliser la même peinture. J'utilise mon petit outil ici. So the best way to ink up your tool is put it a little bit and make yourself a circle. You want to make sure it gets all over the pad, but that you don't have too much. Okay? You could also stamp with this, right? 1, 2, 3. So you see, I could have 3 circles done with this, but that's not our goal today. All right, so I'm going to add just a little. Donc, il faut pas, comme Diane, elle explique, il y en a ceux qui ajoutent la peinture comme ça. Puis tu vois que vraiment ton noir, c'est la seule chose que tu vois. Nous autres, on aimerait plus mettre la peinture comme ça. Let's just give you a quick look. So that, you don't need to add paint like that. You want to add it like this. So it's subtle. Do you see the difference? So that you have a touch. You don't have a ton. I've learned that from Diane with stenciling. You can control much better like this than if you put all your force into that. So let's go back onto our layout or our page. And let's add a little bit of stenciling. Okay? So, you see, just a touch. Je peux peser un petit peu plus si je veux plus noir. So I can press a little harder, but you just don't want that black to take over. Okay? So, juste dans quelques places, ça donne une autre chose à regarder. Et comme j'ai dit, comme on va découper cette page complètement, on ne peut pas avoir trop de noir. So I'm not worried too much about having too much black because I know I'm going to be cutting this up. And when I cut this, there's going to be less black on each piece. Okay? So one more, and I think I'm good with the black. Okay? Now, for white, you could use white paint. You could use white gesso. I guess you could really use anything that you want, but White paint, white gesso will both work the same when you're just going to add it on. Le gesso est beaucoup plus opaque et épais, mais les deux vont marcher quand vous voulez juste ajouter les touches de couleur. Okay? So when you just want to add a touch of color, both will work. So I think I might have a white gesso here. You know what? I think I took them all to my table this weekend. So, look how black spreads everywhere. Okay? Black paint just ends up everywhere. But that's okay. C'est parfait. Tu sais qu'est-ce que moi j'aime faire pour nettoyer mes outils comme ça? J'aime faire juste des ronds. Donc, je pèse. J'ai des ronds comme ça. Puis après, faisant beaucoup de couleurs, je viens avec un papier à motif. So that is a great way to clean your tool out. Instead of just going and washing it, is I love to do this because I end up with another background sheet. Donc, par exemple, si j'ai utilisé les autres couleurs aujourd'hui avec une éponge ronde, it would have been a beautiful background page. So that's how I like to clean the tool. Jay, would you pass me the white gesso there? Because I don't think I have white paint on my table. I'm just worried about pulling my microphone. Those two little bottles should both say white gesso. Thank you. All right. So now I'm going to put a little bit of white, but I think it's getting late. Is it getting late, Jay? 5:05. Okay, we're going to put a bit of white. And then, actually, I'll need more than that. Et comme le gesso est plus épais, je vais ajouter un peu d'eau pour le mélanger. Okay, so because of that, and I'm not going to use this palette knife, I'm going to use my semi-clean palette knife. Okay. So now, again, I could do what I was doing before with the lines. Okay, I could come back in between here, put a couple of lines of white. Donc, je peux faire la même chose qu'on a fait avant. Je peux juste ajouter un peu de blanc, just comme ça. Okay, so you can really add the white however you'd like. You could go back to your circle tool. You could take a little bit of the white before you dilute it, avant que vous ajoutez de l'eau. Puis vous pouvez faire, comme par exemple, je peux essayer d'aller rond autour de les ronds qui sont ici. Okay, oops, that's a little too much. Okay, so lots of ways that you can add white onto your page. But I'm going to spatter, because I like to spatter. See here, I'm putting way too much. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of that off. Parfait. So now I'm going to add water. Et je vais en mettre beaucoup d'eau. Ça va mélanger, donc je vais avoir gris. Donc, je vais laver ça, because I don't want gray. I really do want white. Donc, je le nettoie. I know, shocker, I'm cleaning. You know, some things just I have to clean. Sorry. Okay, so let's hope now we won't have too much gray. Okay, so I'm going to add it in. Voila. So I have white gesso, juste à cause que j'ai pas de peinture blanc près de moi. I'm going to add in bunch of water. I'm going to find a small paintbrush, okay? Pas trop gros. So even this is a bit big, but I'm going to use it. So here's one way you can spatter. So, je le mélange. On veut que ça soit assez liquide, mais que aussi on voit le blanc. Donc, moi, je fais comme ça. I love a spatter. I think no project is complete without a spatter. Donc, moi, je mélange mon pinceau et je vais juste faire comme ça and I send white paint everywhere. I see it's on my iPad even. OK? Donc, j'ai fait même sur mon iPad. Voilà. Voilà. It's raining paint. Une autre façon, il y en a des personnes qui prennent leur couteau, palette, ils mettent aussi un peu, puis après ça, they do a slingshot. Et il fait comme ça. OK? Et ça, vous pouvez aller loin, mais aussi plus gros les gouttes. OK? So, again, just fun. Fun, fun, fun. I'm trying to remember the actual size of an ATC. Je ne sais pas si c'est 2 fois 3 ou un petit peu plus petit que ça. All right, guys, I think I have a lot of white spatter on there. So I think I'm covered everywhere pretty much. Yeah, you can use Tim's spatter tool, but I think even just using what I have here in front of me, if I was to use Tim's tool, I'd have to go take something else out, which we all know I would never put back. So, voila. I'm going to add some more white over here. Même que c'est liquide, je peux ajouter un peu là. Je vais aller là. Okay. So, I'm going to end on that note, guys. Donc, on va finir là. On va aller répondre au téléphone pour les inscriptions de MakerMania 4. Je vais trouver une façon de le mettre sur l'ordi si vous ne voulez pas téléphoner à nous autres. So we will look for a way to put it up on the website. Mais je vous demande tous, si vous n'étiez pas inscrits à la première, s'il vous plaît, attendre jusqu'au 30 juin pour faire ton inscription. OK? Ça, c'est une des règles qu'on suit. Tous les magasins suivent la même règle. OK? So, please, please, please. Oh, I'm loving this. I don't want to stop. Donc, s'il vous plaît, attendre au 30, même si tu le vois et c'est comme un teaser à ce temps-là, attendre au 30 pour faire ton inscription. Il va être encore disponible, je vous garantis. Okay? If I have to, I would order more kits for you. So don't worry about it. Okay? So that's it, guys. What do you think? So that was fun. This to me is fun. I could sit and do this all day. So I love mark making, and that's what I'm doing. All right. So that's the end of this project. I will cut it apart, mais maintenant, il faut que je laisse sécher complètement. OK? Donc, pas demain parce que c'est les nouveautés demain, mais vendredi, on va retourner puis voir à quoi ça a l'air dès qu'on découpe toute la page. And what is an artist trading card, and how can we add a last-minute touch on it? So I'm going to say bye to you guys. I love you all. Let's see, can I make a heart here? I don't know if I can make a heart here without looking dumb. So, yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, that's not working. Okay, j'aime vous tous. I love you all. And yes, the colors are happy. I do love it. So, goodbye, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow à 4 heures. Oublie pas. Puis maintenant, vous pouvez commencer à téléphoner pour l'inscription de MakerMania 4. Bye. Je t'aime. OK. Voilà.